I'm here with Mr. Alan Etzler from the Frederick News Post. So, what kind of stories have you done?
So when I was a reporter, one of my favorite stories that I did was a series of stories. It was 4 stories on bullying in schools. And one of my favorite ones was finding out that 1 in 4 students experience bullying, and then looking through the school systems, how they handle when a student reports being bullied and how a report is filed. So at the school system, when somebody is bullied, at the public school system, when somebody is bullied, they have to fill out a report saying what happened to them and what they thought of it and what it made them feel. And so we were able to get some of those reports and see what those instances were and what those kids were going through and how the school system helped them recover from experiencing that. So that was one of my favorites.
Are there any others?
Yeah, so another story that I've done was I actually followed this motorcycle club that is made up largely of veterans who served in the military, and looked at the work that they do to help other veterans and provide services for people when they get back from war or from their military service. One of the things that they do is they have this group they call VEEP. It stands for Veterans Enhancement Project, and they build motorcycles for disabled veterans. So they take spare parts of motorcycles and they put together a brand new motorcycle for somebody who maybe lost a leg or lost an arm while they were in the war. So that was one of my favorite stories that I've done, because it's people have an idea of what motorcycle clubs are, and they can be scary for a lot of people, but that's not the majority of what motorcycle clubs do, and so I wanted to highlight that with that story. Another story I did that I'm really happy with is about telecommuting, which is working from home. 20 years ago, when your parents were probably just starting work, they usually went into the office and worked a 9-to-5 job. But today, not most people, but a lot of people, an increasing amount of people, are just working from home because of the advantages that the internet has given us. So that was one of my favorite stories too, just to see how many people are working from home now and going to different places. So Frederick City now has what's called a co-work space, and it's a building that a lot of people can just go to and have internet access and work there instead of driving down the road, because a lot of people in Frederick County work in Washington, D.C. or in Montgomery County, and traffic can be really bad. So they take advantage of those spaces and work from there, as opposed to driving all the way to Washington, D.C.
Okay. What was the exact amount? What is approximately the amount for the people who worked at home?
It was about half now. Almost half of people work from home in some aspect. It's not maybe full time, but maybe they'll do 2 days a week at home as opposed to going into the office all 5.
Okay. What kind of jobs do you do?
So I started at the Frederick News Post as what we call a municipal government reporter. So for instance, you guys live or you go to school in Middletown. So Middletown was one of the towns that I covered their government to see what they're doing to make the town a better place. And from there I moved into a job as a business reporter, where I covered all the local businesses in Frederick County and what they did for the economy and how many jobs they brought to the economy. And from there I went to covering education, so I was covering you guys and everything you guys do in schools, and then went to county government before being promoted to the editor's position, which I'm at now.
Okay. Are there any higher positions you want to do?
Maybe down the road. I'm pretty relatively young for the position I'm in. Usually people have 5 to 10 years of experience to get to my position, and I only have 2. But so I'm still learning the ropes, and but hopefully one day I'll get to move up into a higher job, where I'm overseeing some more people and learning some more aspects of what the newspaper does.
Okay, well, thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.